Nate, if you could, just take us through the process of coming to Providence College. I know it was a tough decision reading, and it took you a while to really say, okay, this is going to be it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously when you build a program and you're there for 8 years, there's a lot of emotional ties to that program, and I think that made it tough to leave. But Providence basically contacted me about a week after our season had ended, I kind of hit it off with Bob Driscoll. We had a lot of conversations, got to know one another very well, and the more and more that we spoke, the more and more intrigued I was with the position. I came down to campus and met Father Shanley, and I really found that Father Shanley's and myself's goals are the same as a head coach, I came down, I fell in love with campus, and I just kind of can't wait to get started.
When you took over at Union 8 years ago, one of the things you talked about then was part of your job was teaching people how to win. How do you go about it, and is that something as you look at the recent non-success here you'll have to do here?
Well, I think it starts with our level of expectations that we set for ourselves and our standards that we set for ourselves. So, winning is a belief, it's a preparation, it's a mental toughness, and all those things have to be, cornerstones of our culture here. So, I think the big thing that when it turns the corners, you're not hoping to win anymore. You're knowing you're going to win, and again, that's a mental toughness thing. So, it's going to be. There's no doubt in my mind it's going to be a process. I mean, the program hasn't made the playoffs in 3 years, we just have to get back to learning how to win, having high standards for ourselves, and high standards of level of execution.
You started your career as a coach under Sean Walsh. For my money, the best game coach in this sport, probably the last 25 years. What one or two things did you take away from your year that's helped mold you now as a head coach?
Well, I mean, just as you mentioned, I mean, Sean had a special way of getting everyone involved. Sean had a very special way of getting everyone to buy in, and he could touch a lot of people around him and make every person feel extremely important. So I agree with your assessment. He's by far the top game coach I think I've ever have known and probably ever will know. And the thing I learned the most is he has a high level of standards but he knew how to get everyone involved. He knew how to make everyone feel important.
Great to have you here. Look forward to watching your teams play for a long time to come.
Thanks for having me, Mike.